So I thought it'd be interesting today to go through an article that I saw a screenshot of that was covering a survey stating that in the US, more say animals should have the same rights as people. This was published back in 2015. Maybe it's even more so the case, maybe the results would look different, but I thought it'd be interesting to go through what this survey found. Washington, D.C., almost a third of Americans, 32%, believe animals should be given the same rights as people, while 62% say they deserve some protection but can still be used for the benefit of humans. The strong animal rights view is up from 2008, when 25% thought animals' rights should be on par with humans. Very few Americans, 3%, believe animals require little protection from harm and exploitation, since they're just animals. But as noted, a modestly increasing minority now believe animals should have the same protection from harm and exploitation as people. Gallup first asked Americans about the rights of animals in 2003 and repeated the question in 2008 and again in the latest May 2015 poll. The percentage of Americans who support the idea that animals' rights should be equal to those of humans increased across all major US demographic groups. Women remain more likely to support this view than men, but supporting among both groups has increased by a similar amount since 2008. Similarly, Democrats and Democratic-leaning independents are more supportive of this view than Republicans and Republican-leaning independents, but both groups have seen an increase from the last time Gallup asked them. There continues to be little difference between younger and older Americans. So in 2008, the percentage of Americans saying animals deserve the same rights as people split into demographic groups. So men in 2008, 14%, women 35%, Democrats or Democratic-leaning independents 27%, Republicans was at 19%, aged 18 to 49, 22%, and aged 50 plus, 28%. When you contrast that with the difference in 2015, 22% of men now believe that animals deserve the same rights as people, with women being 42%, Democrats, Democrat-leaning 39%, Republicans, Republican-leaning 23%, aged 18 to 49, 31%, and aged 50 plus, 33%. To further discern Americans' feelings about animal rights, for the first time, Gallup asked Americans about their level of concern for the treatment of animals in various settings. The percentage saying they are very concerned ranges from 33% of animals used in research to 21% of animals in the zoo. When combined with those somewhat concerned about each, Americans are most concerned about animals in the circus, animals used in competitive animal sports or contests, and animals used in research, with just over 2/3 expressing concern about each. They are least concerned about the treatment of household pets, with 46% saying they are very or somewhat concerned. You can see here the chart comparing the very concerned percentage to the very/somewhat concerned percentage. Overall, Americans are a bit less concerned about the treatment of marine animals in amusement parks and aquariums, 62% are very/somewhat concerned, and animals in the zoo, 57%, than about the treatment of circus animals. The level of concern for marine animals is especially intriguing after documentaries such as Blackfish claim to expose the truth about the treatment and status of animals in captivity. After the release of Blackfish, the stock price of SeaWorld dropped substantially, and some lawmakers have discussed banning the use of orcas in shows. And despite increasing attention focused on the treatment of chickens, cows, and other animals mainly used for human food, as exposed in the 2008 documentary Food Incorporated, Americans show relatively less concern for how those animals are treated, with 54% at least somewhat concerned, including 26% very concerned. While the fewest Americans are concerned about the treatment of household pets, still close to half are very or somewhat concerned. This may be prompted by publicity aimed at stopping cruelty towards pets, including a long-running, poignant commercial for the American Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals, showing abused and neglected dogs and cats. Animal rights have been top of the mind for Americans in recent years because of an increasing number of films and news stories depicting the poor treatment of animals. Congress requested a review of government-funded animal research lab in late 2014, and cosmetics testing on animals was banned in the European Union in 2013. Ringling Brothers recently announced that it will retire its circus elephants by 2018, a discussion that comes after years of allegations of animal abuse and complaints that circus acts are disrespectful towards animals. Organised segments of the American public are very vocal about protecting animal rights, with groups such as PETA even creating advertisements for prime events such as the Super Bowl. Traditionally, the Bible gives humans domain over animals and specifies that animals don't have souls, but also warns that the righteous men should have regard for the lives of their animals, a view that should still influence religious Americans. While it's not clear which, if any, of these factors have influenced public opinion, it is clear that Americans have become more likely to believe that animals should have the same rights and protections as people, though this still remains a minority viewpoint. And here are the survey methods for people interested. They were based on telephone interviews conducted between the 6th and 10th of May in 2015, with a random sample of 1,024 adults aged 18 and older living in the 50 US states and the District of Columbia. Now, I'm not the best survey finder, so if anyone's seen an updated version of this would be really interesting. To see that jump between 2008 and 2015 is amazing, and we've had so much more coverage over these recent years than we did previously. We have, they're talking about Blackfish, but we have things like Seaspiracy, these documentaries of which were hosted on Netflix. So we have even more awareness about veganism, and when there's more awareness about something, people feel more inclined to say they're against something that they don't actually support. It's harder when you are actively doing something that's harmful to another to admit that it is indeed harmful. When you're no longer part of it, though, you can look at it for what it is and not act defensive. Why this was intriguing to me is because, if you have this percentage of people who believe that animals should have the same rights as human animals, you got more people out there who really could be vegan right now, but just haven't really made that connection. Because if you believe they deserve the same rights as human beings, then we can't be chopping them up into sandwiches. We can't be testing on them. We can't be putting them in zoos. We can't be killing them to use their skin for a bag. We can't be doing these things if they have the same rights as human beings. It's really interesting that such a large proportion at that time were thinking, they deserve the same rights. Honey, do you know what that means? That you're gonna have to start ordering vegan. I would really like to see an updated version of this, or if this has been replicated, I might be missing it. I can't find anything. So if you see something, please let me know, because I'd like to see a larger sample size as well, like 1,024. I'm not very good when it comes to data collection or anything. I guess that's quite a decent sample size, but intuitively I'm thinking that you probably need more than that to get a more accurate view of what, would be more representative of the US. I'd also like to see these replicated in other countries. Like, it'd be interesting to see it compared with the UK. We are, after all, a nation of animal lovers, apparently. So really, we should be loving them by granting them the same basic moral rights, no? I think demographically, I'm not really too shocked. I am a bit shocked, though, that the older group believe that they deserve more rights. When looking at it, by age 50 plus, there's 28%, in 18 to 49, there's 22%. And then that jumps up in 2015 to 33% at the age 50 plus believing so, and 31% of the age 18 to 49. I would actually imagine the younger group would think more so. I don't know. Yeah, so that kind of shocked me. But the kind of men versus women, I wasn't shocked that I saw more women would think that. And I wasn't too shocked when I saw that Democrats more favorably so believe that they deserve the same rights versus Republicans. But let me know what you think down below. We've got a lot of people out there thinking that animals deserve the same rights as human beings while they're probably paying for their bodies in a sandwich. Like, damn, we need to find these people and talk to them. Maybe they've all gone vegan by now. I doubt it, but yeah, there are people walking around right now who believe that, a dog, a chicken, a pig, an orca, they all deserve the same rights as human beings. So I really hope that they're not paying for their rights violations. But let me know what you think down below. Let me know if you've seen any other findings, and maybe I'll make another video. I just saw this and I thought, oh, that was intriguing. And especially, it's older. We're in 2023 now. Oh my God. And to see that shift between 2008 to 2015, I'd be really intrigued to see the potential jump now. I'm imagining there would be quite a jump. And if we can keep that upward trajectory, maybe we will see that boom in our lifetime of people granting them rights. I don't know though. Wishful thinking. You've got to have some, But thank you so much for watching. I do hope you're well. And until next time, salads. I will see you soon.